Unit 1 Study Guide, Concept 1, numbers 16, 17, 18, and 19. So 16, we've got a 36 minus 8. So look at the fraction 36. If you can do the math of a fraction, just go right ahead. 30 divided by 6 is 5. We don't need to get a common denominator unless we have to. So now we've got 5 minus 8. See how my signs are different? 5 is positive, 8 is negative. So I'm going to subtract their values. I'm just thinking of them as 5 and 8. So I'll take the bigger minus the smaller, which is 3. And then I keep the sign of the bigger number. You can also, on a number line, imagine that you start at 5. And then you are going to go in the negative direction 8 steps. So that will take you past 0 into the negatives, down 3 steps into the negatives, down to negative 3. 17 is telling you, since the negative and the 5 are both in the parentheses, to square them both. A negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 5 is 25. So this is positive 25. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So 9 to the 0 power is 1. That's just what that math notation means. And then finally, 10 to the 4th is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Here's a little pattern when you have powers of 10. The power that you have, in this case, it's the 4th power, also corresponds with how many zeros end up in your problem. So 10 times 10 is 100. Times 10, which is 1,000, times 10, which is 10,000. But you can also just remember that that exponent will tell you the number of zeros that you need. Let's go ahead and do number 20. So Sean has 5 candy bars that he wants to share with his friends. Each friend will get 3/8 of a candy bar. How many people, we're talking whole persons, will get candy? So we need to take these 5 candy bars and divide them into pieces that are 3/8. So remember, when we're dividing by a fraction, we can think of this, or dividing fractions, it is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal of the second. Then we're going to multiply numerators together. 5 times 8 is 40, and denominators together. I'm going to go ahead and divide 3 into 40. So that will go 13 times. 3 times 13 is 39 with 1 left over. So 13 1/3 people will get candy. But we want to know whole persons. So 13 people can each get 3/8 of a candy bar if we're starting with 5 candy bars.